Hi everyone. I hope you've had a really good Easter break. This is Chris. I've set out a few things the next few weeks. Obviously, we don't entirely know what's going to happen about the reopening of college. We've had some initial guidance, but we can't definitively say. So I've planned the next few weeks to give you an idea of what it is that lies ahead, what it is that you need to get done, and what it is that I'm sort of expecting from all of you. Now, really, this week and today, all that you need to focus upon is once you've emailed me your final artist, your third or fourth artist that you've researched and responded to, then I'm going to be looking at that, feeding back to you. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a phone call tutorial with you whilst I can sit at my computer and look at what it is that you've done, give you some pointers, talk to you about this. It's a lot quicker than emailing. The looking at images is a lot slower, and also we need to have a conversation because it's otherwise it's too one directional. So that's my idea. If you really don't want a tutorial over the phone, let me know. I'll send it out, the information out with this email, and we can do some stuff via email, or maybe on another platform. If there's something in another subject that's really worked that you want to make me aware of, let me know. I'm literally all ears. Okay, so this is what we're going to be looking at. So first of all, 20th of April, it's review ideas. I'm going to show you some examples of this shortly, and there's some information on here. We're going to introduce to you the essay next week. Don't worry about that just yet. We'll talk about that next week. Okay, and then really you need to be developing your projects now towards a series of free development pieces, and then having a final piece at the end of it, which we'll look at sort of finishing June time. Again, I'll confirm later near the time. Okay, so here's a breakdown of all of that. Obviously, we've got key content within the course that you need to cover so that you're ready for next year and university and beyond. So we're going to ask that this week that you do something a little bit like this. You look at what you've done so far. You identify what your key theme is. You select your best work. You talk about this and how you could maybe make more work like it or develop it in different ways. You look at composition. And here's some examples of the sorts of things that you need to be discussing and thinking about. So this is all linked to the assessment objectives, in terms of your artists or the themes, the different materials that you're using, and how it's particularly recording of ideas. AO3, which is record in terms of the assessment criteria. This breaks down all of these different parts of the project and gets you to hopefully consider that and talk about that. Okay, so AO1 is developing, and that's what we're moving on to next. So first of all, we're going to record what you're going to be doing, and then you set out to do it. But please make sure sketchbooks are up to date. No gaps. No post-it notes with what it is that you need to do. Those should be up to date. Okay. What's your chosen theme? Which are the formal elements that you particularly looking at? So on and so forth. So there's some guidance here. What your main idea is, what your plan is, what your links are, and what you've done. Okay. That should hopefully all help. This is second year's work. So this is an example of a review page, thinking page, whatever you want to call it. So they've looked at composition, placement, viewpoint, lighting, body language, expression. Yeah, all of these sorts of things. They're looking at various different figurative artists and looked at explored those different things on those pages. You can see here this particular student in the photographs that she's taken in the bottom left under this artist. She's really looked at light and taken appropriate examples. You might want to compare and contrast your artists. So using a Venn diagram in this way could be really successful, so that where they intersect, they've got similarities, or you can explore their key characteristics. There's another example as well. Have images of your own practical work. Yeah, talk about that. Have images of the key artists. Yeah, what it is, how it is that they link to what it is you're doing. Make sure you're linking back to what you've done and talk about what you intend to do, what your intentions are.